You check your blood sugar in the morning, and the number is right where you want it to be. You feel a sense of relief, of being on the right track. But then, a few hours later, you check again, and it's suddenly high. The confusion and frustration set in. What happened? Did you do something wrong? Not necessarily. In fact, this experience is incredibly common. Your body is not a simple machine, and your blood sugar isn't a fixed number. Let's take a calm, clear look at why your blood sugar can change so quickly and what it's trying to tell you. First, it's crucial to understand that blood sugar is not static. It's a dynamic number, a reflection of your body's constant work to maintain balance. It naturally ebbs and flows throughout the day based on a whole host of factors. Think of it less like a single snapshot and more like a continuous story. The main characters in this story are the meals you eat, the movement you do, your levels of stress, the quality of your sleep, your body's natural hormonal cycles, and even certain medications. Each of these plays a role. So seeing different numbers at different times isn't just normal, it's expected. The key is learning to read the patterns. One of the most common times for a spike is after a meal. This is called a postprandial spike. But you might notice that even when you eat healthy foods, you can still see a significant rise. This often comes down to a few key details. First, portion size. A healthy food is still healthy in a larger portion, but the sheer volume of carbohydrates might be more than your body can handle at once. Second, the total carb amount. Foods like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, and fruit are nutritious, but they are also sources of carbohydrates that will raise blood sugar. And third, what you pair it with. Eating carbohydrates alone can cause a faster, higher spike. But when you pair those carbs with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, you slow down digestion and absorption, leading to a gentler, more gradual rise in blood sugar. Beyond meals, there are other, more hidden drivers. Liquid calories, like smoothies, juices, or sugary sodas, are absorbed incredibly quickly by the body, often causing a very sharp spike because there's little to no fiber to slow them down. Being sick is another major factor. When your body is fighting off an illness, it releases stress hormones to help combat the infection. These same hormones can cause your liver to release extra glucose, raising your blood sugar even if you're barely eating. For women, the menstrual cycle can cause predictable patterns of insulin resistance and higher blood sugar, particularly in the week leading up to a period. This is a hormonal effect that is important to be aware of. And then there's the dawn phenomenon. This is a natural surge of hormones in the early morning hours that tells your liver to release glucose to prepare you for the day. For some people, this can result in a surprisingly high fasting blood sugar reading, even after a perfect night of sleep and no food. Let's consider a quick example. Meet Sarah. She works a stressful office job. One day, she has a tight deadline. She skips her usual lunchtime walk and eats a salad at her desk. She's surprised to see her afternoon blood sugar is higher than usual. Why? The stress from her deadline raised her cortisol, and skipping her walk meant her muscles didn't get to use up any glucose. It wasn't the salad's fault, it was the context of her day. Or take Mark. He stays up late to finish a movie, getting only 5 hours of sleep. He eats his usual breakfast, but his blood sugar spikes much higher and stays elevated for longer than it normally would. The poor sleep made his body more insulin resistant, a perfect example of how one night can impact the next day's numbers. These examples show us that instead of getting discouraged by a single high number, we can get curious. This is where tracking becomes your superpower, but we need to track smarter, not harder. Instead of just focusing on that one number on the meter, try to capture the whole story. When you log your reading, also note the time of day, what you ate and when, your activity level, your stress, and how you slept the night before. After just a few days, you'll stop seeing isolated dots and start seeing lines and connections. You'll see that a 15-minute walk after lunch keeps your number stable. You'll notice that on days you feel stressed, your numbers are higher regardless of what you eat. These patterns teach you far more than a single reading ever could. A sudden high number doesn't mean you failed. It's simply a piece of data. It's a signal from your body asking you to look a little closer. It's an invitation to understand the unique pattern of what makes you, you. If this helped you see your numbers in a new light, please subscribe to Educated Healing for more support on your journey. And for a deeper dive into one of the biggest hidden factors, watch my next video on exactly why and how stress raises blood sugar.